Creativity is an addiction. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes. So let's turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I am a poet, one that just happens to write in a forest. My forest is the Rainbow Forest right here in South Charlotte, North Carolina. When I enter this forest or any other collection of trees, I never know what I'm going to write about. These aren't my words. These are the lyrics from Rainbow Forest. Chapter number 360, March 18th, 2023. Trees are falling. 3 of them in the past week. They're very tall and they're very old. What we don't know is how things are constantly moving inside the soil. Research shows that it's impossible to predict when a tree falls. They do leave human physical messages, such as dead branches, cavities in the trunk, missing bark, and something called a tight V-shaped branch growth. Branches love their personal space. It causes weakness, though, usually spotted in the fall when the leaves are no longer around. I'm always amazed at how trees know their balance. All of this above the soil, connected to a thick trunk. Science says it's all in the rooting system. Yet, when trees fall to the forest floor, we aren't given the full view of what's required to withstand so many storms. Then one day, you might meet what's called a tree throw. It's a bowl-shaped cavity that exposes the roots and that giant hole in the subsoil. My question at that time is, who's moving in? Now we get to see beneath the surface. Can you imagine if you and I both could grow trees on our skin? What kind of things would be exposed when those trees fall down? I often wonder if the land that we walk upon and that we do share with, I often wonder if it's embarrassed by what's beneath the soil, because it always feels like it's hiding something. Well, what it's hiding is history. All of those leaves that have fallen inside this forest, it has fortified the soil. It is giving everything it had to something that we can't see, and it feeds off it. The snakes go underground. The turtles go beneath the ground. So many living things find their way beneath the ground, but not the human. The human wants to build on the ground, and if we need to build more, what do? We dig into the soil. We see what's down there. But do we respect the soil the way we need to? Because if it wasn't for that soil and the rooting system of these trees, then the land would be bare. And every day on that desert floor, we would find reason to complain. Locating a purpose for your soil, planting a garden in the spring, replenishing the lawn that you have with newer things so that it can have a continuation. But learning the soil and the texture of the soil takes you to be a part of it. Fortify the soil with natural things. Don't just go out and get a bunch of pesticides. Use the leaves. Use different things to put nutrients back in the soil. Because once you have that connection with the soil, it'll respond to you because it loves its human being. And I'll bet there's something about soil that says, I wish they would root in me. And maybe that's why they give us permission to build homes. Maybe our foundations are our rooting system. I'm Arroe. These aren't my words. These are the lyrics from Rainbow Forest.